Now on YouTube, it's time for some alternative commentary action with the Commentary Hub.
There's headed by Marina, and it's 2-1 to Arsenal.
Look at that pass! Goal for Manchester City!
Takes this corner, whips it in, it's headed and it's a goal, and it's that man, Gabriel.
Liverpool have equalised. Lovely improvisational touch from Curtis Jones.
Oh, what a goal! Wow, take it out!
Well, good afternoon and welcome to this Premier League encounter between arguably the biggest underperformers of the Premier League season. Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester United meet, with home boss Ange Postecoglou potentially facing another must-win scenario in order to keep his job. The Australian finds himself under further pressure after Spurs were dumped out of both the FA Cup and EFL Cup last week. Well, a seven-match winless run, 2 draws and 5 defeats in the Premier League home matches, their worst streak since 2008. Hardly inspires confidence of a turnaround here. Their first game-free midweek since the opening week of the season at least allowed them time for the injury-ravaged squad to rest and recover, with Spurs chasing just their second set of back-to-back league wins this season after beating Brentford in their last such match. Encouragingly, the only other team they managed it was by beating Brentford and Manchester United. No team has beaten the Red Devils on 3 separate occasions in the same season since Chelsea 2012 and 2013, while Tottenham haven't done it since the 1989-1990 season, which was the last time they completed the double over Manchester United. So let's take a look at the team changes. There certainly has been 1 or 2 for both sides. Spurs make 4 changes since last game in the league against Liverpool, which they lost 4-0. They welcome back Guglielmo Vicario in goal. That means Anton Kinski drops to the bench. Ben Davies, Lucas Bergvall and James Maddison come in, with Archie Gray and Yves Bissouma and Mikey Moore on also miss out. So this is the Spurs lineup that Ange has picked for today. Guglielmo Vicario is the starting goaltender. Jed Spence, Ben Davies, Kevin Danso, the Austrian international, and Pedro Porro are your back 4. The midfielders, the 2 holding midfielders, Rodrigo Bentancur and Lucas Bergvall. Captain Son Heung-min, James Maddison and Dejan Kulusevski all operate behind Matthias Tal, who's leading the line for Spurs. Well, for Manchester United, they make 5 changes, largely due to injuries. Patrick Dorgu steps in for Lenny Yoro, that's tactical. Matthijs de Ligt, Casemiro, Joshua Zirkzee and Rasmus Højlund come in for the injured Lisandro Martinez, Manuel Ugarte, Amad Diallo, who's possibly out for the season, and Kobe Mainoo. This is the lineup that Ruben Amorim has chosen, with Andre Onana in goal as usual. Nusayr Mazraoui drops to a centre-back of 3, Harry Maguire and Matthijs de Ligt. Diogo Dalot and Patrick Dorgu will operate as wing-backs. Bruno Fernandes, the captain, and Casemiro returns in midfield, with Alejandro Garnacho, Joshua Zirkzee and Rasmus Højlund leading the line. Well, our referee today is Peter Banks from Lancashire. His assistants are Eddie Smart and Nick Greenhall. Michael Salisbury's on 4th official duty. Paul Tierney in VAR, along with Gary Beswick, as we wait to get this game underway at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And it is going to be a huge game. It is actually the 204th meeting between these 2 sides, with Tottenham winning 56, 51 draws, Manchester United winning 96, meaning they've won 47% of the meetings between these 2 teams this season. But having said that, Manchester United certainly haven't won anything against Spurs in the last 5 games. Only 2 draws and 3 defeats. That includes also the League Cup defeat in 4-3 earlier on this season. As we take a look at Ange Postecoglou's record against Manchester United, it's pretty impressive. 3 wins and 1 draw. So needless to say that he may be feeling a little more confident today. Spurs are about to get the game underway. They're going to be attacking the goal to our left as Lucas Bergvall drops it all the way back there to the defender there, Kevin Danso. It's cleared downfield and picked up here by Jed Spence, just over the halfway line. Spence tries to play it forward to Madison, who tried to backheel it, but he only managed to find Diogo Dalot, who sends it back to Andre Onana. He launches it downfield. Ben Davies winning the header there. Lucas Bergvall tries to flick it on, but it's won back by Casemiro. Flicks it with the outside of the boot, but he's only manages to give the ball back to Lucas Bergvall. And well, Spurs have early on here. Joining us for this exciting game. I mean, both sides sets of fans have suggested that they may be in a relegation fight. An opportunity for one side to put that to bed with a victory today. As we have a stoppage in play here. Matthias Tal there. And it's going to be a free kick. Signed on loan from Bayern on February the 3rd, Matthias Tal. Caught in an offside position there, and it's going to be a free kick to Manchester United, which Andre Onana is going to take. It's right over, well, about 10 yards in from the touchline on the left-hand side, almost level with his own penalty area. As we look at the Spurs bench there. Well, so desperately needing a victory, both sides really. Lucas Bergvall just trying to cut away here from Casemiro. He drops the ball back, and there's Bentancur. Drop back by Porro to Bentancur again. It's dropped back to Kevin Danso. He tries to play the ball across there to Ben Davies, and the ball is just out of play for a moment. We'll just have a slight stoppage in play. And my screen has just gone off for a moment. Every time I trust Sky Sports main event. Okay. Here we go. Let's go to New Zealand. All right. So it's picked up here by Madison. Madison is challenged and it goes out of play. And it's going to be a throw-in to Manchester United. It's picked up by the number 20 there for the throw-in for Manchester United. We haven't gone through the substitutes. We will do in a moment. Diogo Dalot there. Because Manchester United substitutes are radically changed. We're going to go through that now as there is another offside there. So let's just go through the Spurs substitutes first of all. Antoine Kinski, the goalkeeper. Destiny Udogie. Yves Bissouma, Archie Gray, Pape Sarr, Brennan Johnson, Wilson Odegaard back from injury, Dane Scarlett and Mikey Moore. For Manchester United, and I've only heard of one or two of these players, the rest of them have never played in the first team for Manchester United. Starting with Eli Harrison, the goalkeeper, Victor Lindelof, we know about, Aidan Heaven, recently signed from Arsenal, Harry Hamas, Tyler Friedrichsen, Siku Kone, Jack Morehouse, Jack Fletcher, and Chidu Obi Martin are the substitutes for Manchester United. As I said, it's only Victor Lindelof and Harry Hamas, I think, who has actually played first-team football for Manchester United at all this season. So perhaps Ruben Amorim trying to make a statement to his first team. Free kick to Tottenham. Son Heung-min takes it and is out wide to Jed Spence. Jed Spence swings the ball into the middle. It's headed out that time, but the ball comes back here to Porro. It's swung back in again, cleared away, and headed out again. And Manchester United trying to get the ball away at the moment, but Jed Spence now has the ball again for Tottenham Hotspur. Spence just drops the ball back into his own half to Ben Davies. And played forward to Bergvall. Bergvall inside the centre circle, under pressure from Xerxes, but he skips away from the Dutchman and gives it to James Maddison. Maddison to Son Heung-min. Son Heung-min drops it back to Bergvall. It's Son again, back to Maddison. Oh, that's a good block by Bruno Fernandes, but it breaks loose to Son Heung-min. He gets the cross in, and well, Onana doesn't come for it, and it goes to the other side of the penalty area to Kulusevski. Quick 1-2 there with Bergvall. Now joining the attack for Tottenham is Kevin Danso. Dropped over to Porro. Excuse me, Danso crosses the ball in. Casemiro clears it from inside the penalty area. And the ball is picked up again by Danso, who plays it across to his central defensive partner, Ben Davies. Across to Jed Spence. Jed Spence now storming towards the edge of the penalty area, gets the cross in and over Andre Onana's head. And it goes behind as Andre Onana, looking pretty uncomfortable with those crosses coming in and around the 6-yard box. And you could see the ball being whipped in. It was a fantastic run by Jed Spence. Well, leaving that one by Onana was perhaps not the best idea. I'm not sure if he knew if he had anybody behind him or not. But he let that one go over his head and go wide. And it's a goal kick for Manchester United. Well, Andre Onana, right-footed, downfield. We've had 7 minutes gone here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And so far, it's Tottenham Hotspur that's on the front foot at the moment. And here's Matthias Tal. Oh, he's fouled. There's a foul and a free kick there. We've got a player down, Rodrigo Bentancur. Now Joshua Zirkzee's gone down. Not sure exactly what for. Looks like there was a clash. Oh, there was a clash of heads there, yes. I think the referee here, Peter Banks, will want to just get the physios on. Just to make sure that both players are okay. It was quite accidental. Free kick for Manchester United, taken by Maguire. Good ball over onto the far side there to Zirkzee, and it's picked up there in the midfield and dropped back to Harry Maguire. And here's Diogo Dalla. Played forward there, looking for Rasmus Højlund. Good pressure there by Kevin Danso, puts the ball out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in for Manchester United. It's going to be taken by Dalot. Dalot drops the ball back to Mezraoui. Inside his own half to Harry Maguire. Maguire plays the ball across there to Matthijs de Ligt, who plays it into the midfield, but right into a bunch of Tottenham Hotspur players. Coming out with it now is Ben Davies. That was a really poor ball for Matthijs de Ligt. And here's Jed Spence now to the number 10, James Maddison. Jed Spence, oh, he just avoided the sliding tackle of Bruno Fernandes. Gives the ball now to Son Heung-min. Son Heung-min drops the ball back there to Ben Davies. And it's now with Kevin Danso. Danso, good ball out there to Porro. Alongside him is Dejan Kulusevski. The ball is released now again back to Ben Davies. Ben Davies goes long this time, looking for the run for Song. And it's just above the Korean's head, and it goes through to the goalkeeper. And well, that was a wonderful ball over the top. There was just maybe a little bit too much on it, but that was a really good idea by Ben Davies. Caught Manchester United defence flat there. Onana clears the ball downfield, right-footed, and chested down by Rasmus Højlund, looking for Zirkzee. Zirkzee somehow manages to keep possession, gives it to Dalot. Dalot again picks up the ball to Mezraoui. Mezraoui across to Harry Maguire. Maguire lifts the ball forward, looking for the chasing Rasmus Højlund. He's going to pick that up inside the penalty area. He lost Ben Davies for a moment. Here's Højlund, gets a shot away, super save by Vicario, but the ball breaks loose and Manchester United still have possession. And here is Bruno Fernandes. Oh, it's a super shot! Great save by Vicario! Ball is played across! Oh, and it's cleared away from off the goal line. Oh, that was so close for Manchester United. And there's Casemiro out to Diogo Dalot again. He gets the cross in and it's headed behind by Ben Davies. But chaos in the Spurs defence there. Ball played over the top. Ben Davies lost his man, Rasmus Højlund. Højlund held the ball up well. It was really, really great play by Højlund. He struck the shot away. It was a good save by Vicario. The ball broke loose actually to Alejandro Garnacho. Got a curling shot away, which was a super save, one-handed by Vicario. And then the cross by Diogo Dalot was cleared away by Kevin Danso. And Manchester United have the corner, and it's Fernandes whipped in just over the head of Harry Maguire. Breaks loose to Patrick Dorgu, who gets a shot over the crossbar, and it is a goal kick, and the chaos comes to an end. But that really was a super save by Vicario, I might add, that led up to that. And Diogo Dalot was not able to divert the ball into the net. But in the end, Patrick Dorgu's shot was way over the crossbar. But Manchester United having their first real sight at goal. And the chaos in the Spurs defence, the problems that Tottenham have had in defence this season just coming to light there. Danso plays the ball forward to Bergvall. Bergvall just turns away there from Bruno Fernandes. It's out wide now to Garnacho, but the ball is out of play as we take a look again at Guglielmo Vicario's save, and they will be so glad, Spurs fans and Ange Postecoglou alike, that he is back in between the pipes. And here's Son Heung-min. And it's held up by Bergvall, back to Son again. Good ball across almost the width of the pitch to Porro. Porro, he's got Kulusevski alongside him. Gives the ball to Bentancur. Bentancur back to Porro. Porro holds the ball up here. He gives it to Bentancur. Bentancur whips across in. Son is at the back post with a shot. It's drilled across the face of goal. Oh, there's a good chance. Bergvall makes a save off Onana, and it's turned in by Maddison, and Spurs have the 1-goal lead. Well, it was a shot originally from the edge of the area, but forced save from Andre Onana, and Maddison was there to pick up the rebound and turn the ball into the net. And it's 1-0 to Tottenham Hotspur. And, well, Tottenham have had most of the pressure early on, but they could have been 1-0 down themselves. It starts with the cross from Bentancur. Son whips the ball across the penalty area. It bounces back to Bergvall, whose shot is brilliantly saved by Onana, but he's not able to palm the ball away from danger. And there was James Maddison to put the ball into the net, and Tottenham have the 1-goal lead at home against Manchester United. Well, Ange Postecoglou will be delighted with that. James Maddison returning to the squad today. Very happy with his goal. Game is back underway. And just cutting across to make the challenge there is Ben Davies on Joshua Zirkzee. The ball goes out of play. It's going to be a throw-in for Manchester United, almost level with the Spurs penalty area. They throw it all the way back to Mazraoui. And here's Matthijs de Ligt. Dorgu dropped back to de Ligt. De Ligt goes back to Andre Onana as Manchester United building up from the back again. Here's Mazraoui. Gives the ball to Dalla, back to Mazraoui. Mazraoui tries to skip away from two Spurs players, but he's lost it in the end. But the ball bounces off Bergvall and goes out of play for a throw-in to Tottenham Hotspur. Media Radio Jingles and Gaming says, good afternoon, Paul. Well, unfortunately, Spurs already taking the lead. Yes, in case you missed it, it was a shot from Lucas Bergvall that was saved well by the goalkeeper, Andre Onana, but he was not able to palm it away out of danger, and it was tucked in by James Maddison. Here's Rasmus Højlund for Manchester United. Garnacho trying to keep possession of the ball, but Bergvall wins it in midfield. And here's Jed Spence now for Tottenham Hotspur inside the centre circle. Drops the ball back to Bentancur. Bentancur over to Porro, tries to tap the ball on to Kulusevski. It's read well that time by de Ligt, and he plays the ball off Porro, and it goes out of play for a throw-in to Manchester United. 15 minutes gone. Tottenham Hotspur with the lead at the moment over Manchester United at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And it looks, well, looks like there isn't an empty seat in the house here. Diogo Dalot plays the ball forward. for Bruno Fernandes. Poor pass by the captain there, and picked up easily by Ben Davies. He plays the ball forward there to Matthias Tell, who flicks it on looking for Son, but it's easily won back and given back to the goalkeeper. Cleared away. There's Bruno. Bruno is fouled there by James Maddison, and it's going to be a free kick to Manchester United. All smiles in the end. Well, I wonder what Ruben Amorim has got up his sleeve with these substitutes, because, of course, with Manchester United 1-0 down now, who does he turn to on the bench if he needs it? The ball's across there to Patrick Dorgu, and overlapping is Garnacho. Garnacho picks the ball up, he cuts inside, does Garnacho, gives the ball back to Bruno. Oh, that's a really good ball to Diogo Dalot. Dalot inside the penalty area, right-hand side. He plays the ball across the line in the penalty area back to Casemiro. Casemiro lifts the ball up over to Dorgu. Dorgu swings that ball in, but it's cleared away by Danso. And picked up by Casemiro, and he drops it back into the midfield. What a result for Arsenal yesterday. Substitute hero Mikel Moreno. Yes, it was a good result that yesterday, wasn't it? I didn't think they played all together too well, but they got the job done. The ball was played out wide to Diogo Dalot now. Dalot, corner of the penalty area, left-hand side. It's now with Nusa Mazraoui. And Harry Maguire plays it back to Mazraoui, who gives it to Diogo Dalot. Dalot plays the ball across there looking for Casemiro, who goes down. Nothing doing, says Peter Banks, and Spurs now break away with the ball. And it's Dejan Kulusevski. He's got De Ligt in front of him. He cuts inside, does Kulusevski. Tries to turn away from Dorgu and drops the ball back to Lucas Bergvall. Been impressive in the midfield early on as Bergvall. Here is Jed Spence. Spence holds the ball up and drops the ball back into his own half of the field to Ben Davies. And it's picked up by Kevin Danso. Launches the ball over the top. Brought down well by Porro. Really good play by Pedro Porro, the Spanish international. It's now picked up by James Maddison, the goal scorer. Gives the ball to Son. Son holds the ball up, corner of the penalty area, left-hand side. Drop back to Maddison. Here's Spence. He's got Dalot in front of him. Jed Spence tries to swing the cross in, and it breaks loose on the edge of the area here. There's a real chance for a shot by Kulusevski. It's blocked there really well, but Spurs maintain possession here with James Maddison. Maddison gives the ball to Spence. Spence cuts inside. It's a flick on there by Son Heung-min. And now here is Joshua Zirkzee for Manchester United. Can he come away with it? He's fouled, in fact. It's going to be a free kick to Manchester United. It's taken quickly, and a ball over the top for Garnacho, but he's offside. No question about that. And a free kick. Free kick to Arsenal. Free kick to Manchester United. No, most of the game was very nerve-wracking indeed, so pleased for Arsenal to get the 2 goals. Media, radio, jingles and gaming says. If you're in the chat today and you want to say something about either the game or any of the games over the weekend, please feel free to comment. Just keep the comment nice and clean. I'll get round to reading it out. And Kulusevski drops the ball back to Danso. Danso across there to Ben Davies. Davies to Jed Spence. Spence now for Spurs, midway inside the Manchester United half of the field. Here's Jed Spence, he's completely unchallenged. Bergvall, edge of the area, tries to play the ball through to Kulusevski. That was a really good block by Alejandro Garnacho. Kept in play though, it's Kevin Danso again. Danso drops the ball back to the other centre-back there, Ben Davies. Spurs looking to come forward now to try to create something. They still have possession with Ben Davies. 20 minutes gone here. Tottenham 1, Manchester United 0. And here is Son Heung-min. The ball is back to Rodrigo Bentancur. Bentancur just turns back into his own half. Drops the ball back to Davies. He goes across to Kevin Danso. Danso holds the ball up. Is he fouled there by Rasmus Højlund? It looked like it. The referee has said yes. And it's going to be a free kick for Tottenham Hotspur. Taken quickly. And I gotta be honest with you, this game has started very, very quickly. It's going at a good pace right now. I have to say Tottenham are certainly in control of the game right now. Here's James Maddison. He slips, does he? Well, the referee's given a free kick. And Peter Banks from Lancashire just hands Maddison the ball. And it's a free kick. Maddison just standing over the ball right now. Plays the ball across there to Kevin Danso. It's real patient build-up by Spurs. Apart from really the one opportunity for Manchester United, just before Spurs' goal, it really has been controlled by Tottenham mostly in this game. Here's James Maddison. Just trying to turn away from Fernandes. Oh, that's good play by Maddison. Jed Spence. Fernandes gets in to try to win the ball back. Højlund goes down under the challenge of Spence. Oh, and he gives the ball away to Harry Maguire. Manchester United coming forward now. Let's see what they've got. Here's Rasmus Højlund, corner of the penalty area, right-hand side. Højlund gets into the penalty area. Oh, his pass across is weak. And only manages to find Dejan Kulusevski. And now Spurs can come forward, but Son has given the ball away now. And Manchester United with Joshua Zirkzee can maybe have another go here. And it's picked up there by Højlund. Across to Drago. And here's Zirkzee. Zirkzee with a shot. Oh, and it just whistles wide by Joshua Zirkzee. That was a close one. And Manchester United just picked up the ball by Dorgu there. I forget his name right. Dorgu, I believe it's pronounced. And the curl is wide. By Joshua Zirkzee. But Manchester United there, another opportunity for them to try to get back into this game. They are 1-0 down, and Joshua Zirkzee has the ball at the moment. Here's Bruno Fernandes. Oh, that's a great ball to Garnacho. Should be 1-1. He blazes the ball over the crossbar. Oh, what an opportunity for Alejandro Garnacho. He holds his head in his hands. Joshua Zirkzee played the ball to Fernandes. Fernandes, a beautiful slide rule pass. Oh, he was 8 yards out, one-on-one with Vicario, and he blazes it over the crossbar. Oh, that is an opportunity for Manchester United that they may well later regret missing. Here's Dejan Kulusevski. Oh, he gives the ball away almost, but the ball was also given away by Casemiro. As here is Lucas Bergvall dispossessed. And it's Patrick Dorgu who tries to skip into the penalty area, but it's cleared away. And Harry Maguire then heads the ball out of play unchallenged. But what a chance for Garnacho. Beautiful slide rule pass by Fernandes. Maybe he felt a bit under pressure from the sliding challenge from Kevin Danso, but he has to do better there. And you can see the frustrated, that he cuts a look of a very frustrated figure, does Alejandro Garnacho, as Dejan Kulusevski has the ball taken away from him, and Manchester United coming forward now, and it's Garnacho again, this time launches the ball in the penalty area to Dalot, who swings the ball across there, but it's just away from Højlund. Oh, and it's won back by Dorgu, who whips the cross in, but it's picked up out of the air by Vicario, as Manchester United, well, it was a great first time ball across from Dalot, but it just evaded Rasmus Højlund. Here's Bergvall now on the other end for Tottenham. And all of a sudden they're breaking forward now. And it's James Maddison to Jed Spence. Good ball to Son. In the penalty area is Son Heung-min, but he's dispossessed. That's really good defending by Casemiro. And the ball is played across to Patrick Dorgu. He's got acres of space here. He plays the ball over the halfway line to Garnacho. Down the left-hand side. Manchester United breaking forward. It's end-to-end stuff here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's back to the edge of the area to Bruno Fernandes. His shot is blocked. Oh, and just winning the ball was Matthias Tell there, but he was crunched to the ground by Casemiro. And it's going to be a free kick and a warning by Peter Banks. It was a poor challenge by Casemiro. And he is limping now as Matthias Tell. I suspect that hurt a little bit. 25 minutes gone here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's Tottenham 1, Manchester United 0. Well, The ball is with Jed Spence now. Spence drops the ball back. And across to Ben Davies, who gives the ball to Kevin Danso. Danso just turning away from Rasmus Højlund and goes back to Vicario, the goalkeeper. Vicario already made one super save in this game so far. Here's Ben Davies. And he drops the ball back into midfield. And it's now picked up by Madison. Madison decides to go long, looking for Son Heung-min inside the penalty area. Super ball. Son, pull back. Transport for Matthias Tel, and it's a fine save by Onana. And Manchester United, well, caught out defensively once again there. It was a beautiful ball by Madison to Son inside the penalty area. Son just calmly picked out Matthias Tel. First time shot, good save by Onana. But Manchester United being caught out in defence a few times in this game, and they could have easily been 2 goals down there, but Onana makes a save, and it's a corner for for Tottenham Hotspur. Son Heung-min is going to take it, and he just swings the ball. It's not the best corner. It's headed out by Casemiro, but only as far as Kulusevski down the left-hand side here. Kulusevski plays the ball to Madison. To Bentancur. Back to Kulusevski again. Bentancur again. He swings across in. Heads going up here is Matthias Tel, but he's just able to bring it down. Good challenge by Mazraoui. Manages to play the ball off Matthias Tel and win a throw-in for Manchester United. So with throw-in for Manchester United, level with their own penalty area down their left-hand side. Patrick Dorgu is going to take it. Being warned by the referee for stealing yards. He continues to do it nevertheless. Dorgu just holds the ball up. He's stolen a good 15 yards there. That was ridiculous. And it was knocked out of play by Lucas Bergvall. And it's going to be another throw-in for Manchester United, which will start just inside their own half. And taken quickly, it's thrown all the way back there to Matthias de Ligt, who goes back to the goalkeeper. Here's Mazraoui. Diogo Dalla. Back to Mazraoui, back to Onana, who clears the ball downfield. Wasn't the best clearance. Manages to only find Ben Davies. Ben Davies gives the ball to James Maddison, who had to win it at a tight challenge with Bruno Fernandes. Back again to Davies, back to Maddison. Here's Kulusevski. Maddison again. Here's Bergvall. Good ball over out onto the right-hand side to Porro. Porro cuts back, gives the ball back to Bergvall again. And Bentancur tries to play the ball through to Kulusevski, and it was cleared out of play by Matthias de Ligt as Manchester United's defence caught sleeping again as Jed Spence now with a throw-in for Tottenham Hotspur. They lead by 1-0 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and continue at the moment their recent dominance over Manchester United. Bergvall plays the ball forward to Porro. Porro to Kulusevski. Back to Porro inside the penalty area. Gets across in Porro. It's cleared away by Dalot, but only as far as Bergvall. Bergvall to Danso. Back to Bergvall, right hand side to Porro. Back to Bentancur, midway inside the Manchester United half of the field. And it's now with Son Heung-min. Picked up by Spence. Spence just making his way back, and he just drops the ball into the centre circle to Ben Davies. Across to Danso, and here's Bergvall again. Good ball across there to Kulusevski. Back to Bergvall. Bergvall has got Porro alongside him, drops the ball to Pedro Porro. It's now with Bentancur. Drops the ball back into his own half of the field. Tottenham 1, Manchester United 0 at the half-hour mark. But we have seen some fantastic football in this first half, it has to be said. Long ball looking to Son Heung-min, intercepted by Diogo Dalot, but he only manages to head it back to Matthias Tel. Tel plays the ball across, it's a short ball to Porro. He manages to keep possession as the ball bounces back to Kevin Danso. Ben Davies. Dispossessed in midfield is Bentancur, and now Manchester United can come forward. And here's Bruno Fernandes now, corner of the penalty area, left-hand side. Fernandes swings the ball in, but it's dealt with comfortably at the back by James Maddison there. And now the ball is played down the left-hand side to Son Heung-min. As Spurs on the break, breaking out in numbers. Here's Son. Gets himself into the penalty area, trying to turn away from Mesraoui. It's dropped back to Jed Spence. And across there to Bentancur. Bentancur plays the ball forward. Oh, down goes James Maddison. Nothing doing, says the referee. And it's across there to Bruno. Bruno tries to find Højlund, but it's a poor pass and Spurs win possession again. And Jed Spence has given the ball to Bentancur as Spurs once again continue to put pressure on this Manchester United defence. And it has to be said, Manchester United at the moment, the architects of their own downfall, giving too many easy balls away in their own half of the field. And here's Jed Spence. Drops it back into the centre circle to Davis. Across to Kevin Danso. Excuse me. 79% possession for Spurs in the last 10 minutes. Just gives you some idea. Porro plays it back to Vicario, way outside of his goal, midway inside his own half of the field. And the ball is given to Jed Spence. Spence now, he's got Son overlapping. Son. Back to Spence. Back to Maddison. Spurs just slowing it down for a moment. Maddison just trying to turn away there from Bruno Fernandes. Drops the ball back to Ben Davis. And across to Danso. And here's Bergvall trying to catch Manchester United out of shape here. Bergvall across there to Kulusevski. Kulusevski lifts it into Bentancur. A super ball. Bentancur looked to play it back there, but only managed to find Matthijs de Ligt, who just puts it behind for a corner. And Tottenham have another corner. 32 minutes gone here at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's the third corner for the Spurs. And it's going to be outswung. I'm just trying to see. It looks like it's Kulusevski over there who's taking it. It's going to outswing this one. And the heads go up. It's bouncing around there. They've not properly cleared it. And there's Bergvall, who's just turns and gets a shot away. He manages to balloon it over the crossbar. But once again, Manchester United, they really failed to get the ball away here. They had a couple of opportunities. Casemiro looks like he's... Oh, Casemiro just dives in his own penalty area. His own penalty area there. And it's ballooned over the crossbar in the end by Bergvall. But honestly, Manchester United looking to get away with that one. Passes in the final third are 80-32 in favour of Tottenham. As the goal kick is taken downfield. Header one in the air. And the referee has just pulled up play. Looks like it's offside against Rasmus Højlund. Free kick taken quickly, and Kevin Danso has it inside his own half. He gives it to Ben Davis. Davis across to Jed Spence. Spence just plays the ball to James Maddison. Maddison plays it all the way back to Ben Davis. Midway inside his own half of the field, gives the ball to Jed Spence. Drops the ball back to Davis. And played out well by Vicario, getting involved in the passing around in the ball, but that's a poor control by Matthijs Tel. He gave the ball away, and an equally bad challenge by James Maddison as Nusa Mesraoui goes down. It's going to be a free kick to Manchester United. I don't think there can be any arguments about that. Let's just take a look here. Oh, it's late by James Maddison. He's lucky not to get a yellow card, quite frankly. But Peter Banks keeping his cards in his pocket. The free kick is inside the centre circle. And it's going to be taken by Bruno Fernandes. So Long. And chasing this, well, trying to keep the ball in play is Harry Maguire, but he only manages to launch it into the air and behind for a goal kick, which Vicario takes quickly. Here's Jed Spence. Ball played forward here, just turning with the ball is Bentancur, who gives the ball on Heung-min, back to Spence. Spence now storming over the halfway line. Here's Matthijs Tel now inside the penalty area. So quick Spurs have broken forward in this game so far. Jed Spence. Oh, it's a poor ball by Spence. I don't know, is Kulusevski going to get that? He does keep it in play. That was good play by Kulusevski. but in actually keeping the ball from going behind for a goal kick, he only manages to knock the ball out. But the free kick, the throw-in has been given to Spurs. It must have come off a Manchester United player. Here's Ben Davies. And here's Lucas Bergvall. Bentancur to Porro. Porro whips the ball across, but nobody there, and it'll go behind for a goal kick. But this is certainly a much improved Spurs performance than what we saw against Aston Villa in the cup game last week. Certainly in this game, they seem to have found that extra edge, that extra speed and quick passing ability that their talent suggests that they have. Goal kick to Manchester United, which is taken quickly. Here's Mesraoui. Diogo Dalot. Dalot almost gives the ball away, but Nusa Mesraoui clears the ball forward. It's headed down, and Mateus Tal just brings the ball under control to Rodrigo Bentancur. Back to Bentancur again. And here's Bergvall. Bergvall just cuts inside his own half, gives it to Ben Davies. And across to Kevin Danso. Danso goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. Guglielmo Vicario plays it short to Bentancur. Bentancur tries to play the ball forward. It was somehow kept in play there by Danso, but the ball has been given away to Manchester United. And there was a late challenge there on Casemiro. Has the referee pulled this back for a free kick, or because it was a late challenge on Casemiro, that really should have been given as a free kick. I think the ball is coming back for a free kick now. Let's just take a look at this. This was, well, it was poor by Davis. It was so late, it was in last week. Yes, he went for the ball, but it was a very poorly timed challenge. And the free kick is midway inside the Tottenham half of the field. And standing over it is Bruno Fernandes. Perhaps lifting the ball into the penalty area, he may do here. We've got about 8 minutes to go till half time. And at half time, we're going to take a 15-minute break. And the free kick is going to be taken here by Bruno Fernandes. As it's swung in, and Vicario, oh, he had it, but he dropped it. But it's offside anyway there, and it's going to be a free kick. So, and there's only one other Premier League game. We'll mention that score at half time before we go for a break. Looks like Matthijs de Ligt was the one in the offside position there. And it's a free kick to Tottenham Hotspur as Ruben Amorim. Looking quite upset on the far side. Here's Jed Spence. Jed Spence is, was he fouled there? It is, and it's going to be a free kick to Tottenham Hotspur. And it's taken quickly, but they've given the ball away of Tottenham, and Casemiro just tried to shield the ball and was fouled as he won that ball back. And it's going to be a free kick as for Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes is going to take it. We have 6 minutes to go until half time. Spurs still leading by that goal to nil from James Maddison. As his goal is the only difference in this game so far. The free kick is taken over to Casemiro inside the penalty area. Launches the ball towards the 6 yards box. The heads go up. Rasmus Højlund's head goes up. Spurs not able to clear it at the moment. Finally, Jed Spence gets his foot underneath it. It's headed down by Dorgu. And it's dropped back there to De Ligt. De Ligt plays the ball forward towards the penalty area. Headed into the penalty area by Casemiro. But now Spurs look like they are going to clear this ball away. And our first yellow card of the game is coming out for a foul. Quite honestly, I've seen much worse in this game. We'll take a look at that again. See who the yellow card is being issued at. And well, the player is still down. Let's take a look. Looks like it's Casemiro. Who's picked up the yellow card. I don't think it's really any worse than any of the other challenges we've seen today, but perhaps the referee has deemed that enough is enough, and it's a yellow card for Casemiro and Manchester United. Well, we have 5 minutes to go till half time, and Postecoglou got to be happy with his first half performance. So it looks like there's another yellow card coming out here. Or is he just not waved it at Casemiro yet? It's the same one. Took him a long time to do that. Casemiro is on his feet, and he seems okay. Just moving a bit gingerly, but we'll see if he's able to run that off before the half-time whistle. As he is wearing the long-sleeve shirts, which seem to be making a comeback. And it is a free kick to be taken here by Ben Davis. Plays the ball across to Kevin Danso. Danso goes back to Vicario. Vicario just plays the ball across there to Ben Davis again. Over the halfway line to Jed Spence. Spence dispossessed by Mazraoui. And here's Maguire. Maguire gives the ball away straight to James Maddison. Lucas Bergvall drops the ball back to Danso. Danso just holds the ball up, just does a quick 1-2 with Porro as Danso continues in possession. Here is Bergvall. Bergvall plays the ball, takes a deflection up into the air, but it's brought down well by James Maddison. Maddison has got Son alongside him. He gives the ball to Son Heung-min. He swings across in. There's the ball put up into the air by Maguire, and Andre Onana comes out and claims that ball, and he releases it quickly to Patrick Dorgu. Dorgu is dispossessed, but it bounces off Porro and rolls out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in for Manchester United. And back to the goalkeeper, Andre Onana, and here's Diogo Dalot. Dalot shows a bit too much of it to Jed Spence, but he's helped out along the way by Casemiro. Here's Bruno Fernandes, and he tried to play the ball back to Casemiro, but the ball goes out of play for a throw-in to Tottenham Hotspur. It's been messy by Manchester United in the first half, lots of giveaways, and they've had 1 or 2 chances, of course, but 70% possession ahead of 30% for Tottenham, for Manchester United. It's quite a significant difference. Here is Jed Spence. Jed Spence, is he caught there by Nusa Mazraoui? He is, and I wonder whether the referee is going to show the yellow card to Nusa Mazraoui here. Or is he just going to give him a final warning before he starts flashing cards? Just has a quick chat with Nusa Mazraoui, perhaps ask him to calm down a little bit. Well, we're approaching the 44th minute mark. Just interesting to see how much stoppage time should be added at the end of this first half. It's been a fairly quick, free-flowing game with a couple of stoppages. I'd say there's probably 2 or 3 minutes should be added on at most, but we'll see what the fourth official, Tony Harrington, shows up. And the free kick here is going to be taken by Son Heung-min. It's at the corner of the penalty area, about 10 yards in from the touchline on the left-hand side. And it's going to be swung in by Son Heung-min. Good header won there by Bruno Fernandes. Oh, Garnacho's not able to clear the ball away. Fernandes gets it up into the air a second time. Got Xerxes just won it for a moment, but was dispossessed. And the ball is, it's all over the place. The ball bouncing around like a pinball, but Joshua Xerxes finally brings the ball under control. Plays it across to Bruno Fernandes, who's dispossessed by James Maddison. And Manchester United now will have to go back to a defensive play because Spurs are coming forward with Matthias Tal. Tal is dispossessed that time though, and it's De Ligt who has the ball. Gives the ball to Patrick Dorgu. Dorgu, he's fouled that time by Lucas Bergvall, and it's going to be a free kick to Manchester United as Dorgu now plays the ball forward to Garnacho. Garnacho cutting in from the touchline. He gives the ball to Casemiro and drops the ball back to Harry Maguire. Here's Diogo Dalla and here's Mazraoui. Mazraoui back to Maguire. We have a minute of stoppage time at the end of this first half. Here's Diogo Dalla and Casemiro drops the ball back to Moussa Mazraoui. And the ball is across to De Ligt. De Ligt, that's a good ball to Dorgu. Maybe one last chance for Manchester United before the first half is over. Casemiro. De Ligt. De Ligt, long ball over to Diogo Dalla there. Let's see what he can produce. He tries to swing the ball in the area, just cleared away by Ben Davies, and that's it. That's the half-time whistle. Well, only one goal separating the two sides. On 13 minutes, James Maddison, the goal scorer, gives Spurs the lead at half-time. However, Manchester United have had one or two chances, forcing a fantastic save from Guglielmo Vicario. And the follow-up was missed. And, of course, that fantastic chance for Alejandro Garnacho that was blazed over the crossbar. But in the long and the short of it is, Manchester United have not been as good as Spurs in this first half. So we'll see what the second half brings when we return. We're going to take a break shortly. Just before we do, I am just going to go through some scores from earlier on today. We've had a couple of games. We've had one game going on in the Premier League that was earlier on today that was affecting the title race. Liverpool 2, Wolves 1. Luis Diaz gives Liverpool the lead on 15 minutes. Mohamed Salah from the spot on 37. And then Mateus Cunha pulled a goal back for Wolves on 67, but it was too little too late in the end. Half-time here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's Spurs 1, Manchester United 0. And join us, please, for the start of the second half. Welcome back to the start of the second half. The teams are back out on the pitch right now. Tottenham Hotspur team just going through their final preparations for the start of the second half. Manchester United will get the second half underway, attacking the goal to our left. Of course, they are in their red and white, red jerseys, white shorts, black socks, sorry. And Spurs, of course, in their home jerseys of white and blue shirts, blue shorts, white socks. As we get this second half underway, I'll run through the starting lineups for you just as soon as I'm able to. There's been no changes by either side at half time. Casemiro plays the ball forward, looking for Joshua Zirkzee. And Zirkzee has given the ball away. And Maddison outside of the boot, looking for Son Heung-min. But Nusa Mazraoui gets that back to Andre Onana, who clears the ball downfield, just over almost over Bergval's head. He only manages to find Casemiro, and Casemiro tries to set off Patrick Dorgu, who goes down under the challenge from Dejan Kulusevski. And it's a free kick for Manchester United, a free kick for Tottenham Hotspur. So just these are the starting lineups. Guglielmo Vicario in goal, Jed Spence, Ben Davis, Kevin Danso, Pedro Porro, Rodrigo Bentancur, Lucas Bergval, Son Heung-min, James Maddison, Dejan Kulusevski, and Matthias Tal. For Manchester United, Andre Onana, Nusa Mazraoui, Harry Maguire, Matthias de Ligt, Diogo Dalla, Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro, Patrick Dorgu, Alejandro Garnacho, Joshua Zirkzee, and Rasmus Højlund. The free kick is going to be taken here by Bruno Fernandes. The ball is just going to find itself on the edge of the box, but it's swung in into the penalty area and headed on, and just unable to get the ball away at first glance was James Maddison, but Spurs get it away the second time, and they managed to find Matthias Tal. Tal drops the ball back, and the ball is played forward, looking for Son Heung-min, who was running, but he was clearly in an offside position. And here is Matthias de Ligt to Bruno Fernandes. He's given the ball away as Fernandes to Kulusevski, and now here's here's James Maddison back to Kulusevski, and Porro now. Porro tries to play the pass through, but it's blocked by Bruno Fernandes. He backheels it to Dorgu. Dorgu just lifts the ball forward, but only manages to find Lucas Bergval. Bergval, though, is only not able to keep control of the ball. And finally, it's put behind for a corner to Tottenham Hotspur from the pressing from Spurs, the high press from Spurs. Really putting Manchester United under pressure, and you could see it here. Kulusevski just keeps the ball in play, and then following up again on de Ligt. So de Ligt forced to put it behind for a corner. And Spurs will have another opportunity here with Pedro Porro, who's going to take it from the right-hand side. Porro outswings it, and it's headed away that time by Harry Maguire. Only as far as Bentancur to Porro again. Porro swings the ball in, goes all the way through to Son Heung-min, back to Bergval, whose shot is a poor one. Comes to the edge of the area there to Matthias Tal, whose shot is not the best, and Andre Onana just falls on that one. And Manchester United can now start from the back, as this second half is starting very much like the way the first half started. Harry Maguire there had the pass played behind him, but he retrieves it. Here's Patrick Dorgu. Dorgu just plays it behind Garnacho, and now Spurs have possession again. Here's Bergval. Good ball by Maddison across there to Jed Spence. Spence to Son Heung-min. Down the left-hand side, pulled back into the middle to James Maddison. Jed Spence again. And Maddison gives the ball to Son. So good pass back to Davis. Davis holds the ball up in the centre circle, gives the ball to Kevin Danso. Oh, it's flicked on there by Kulusevski, but cleared away by Manchester United. But Højlund just gives the ball away again in his own half of the field. And Bentancur now just drops the ball over to Spence. Spence to Son, left-hand side. Swings across him, but there is nobody there. And it wouldn't have mattered if anybody was there. It was way over everybody's head and goes behind a ball kick. Spurs start the second half very much like they ended the first half, in control of the ball and able to pick up a lot of Manchester United's giveaways. As now, here's Patrick Dorgu for Manchester United. Drops the ball back there to De Ligt. Let's see what he's got. He plays the ball forward there, chasing it is Garnacho, but he is offside. And it's going to be a free kick. The official over on the far side, and we've had 5 minutes gone. Start of this second half. Spurs still holding on to their 1-goal lead in a lot of comfort right now in terms of their overall play. They were definitely the better team in the first half, and so far at the start of this second half have carried that momentum on. Manchester United, well, they look pretty void of ideas right now. We haven't seen them break forward as much. We've seen them give the ball away a lot inside their own half of the field. As Rasmus Højlund now is arguing with referee Peter Banks. Kevin Danso is going to take the free kick. Plays it short to Porro. Kulusevski, he's got 2 Manchester United players around them. One of them, Patrick Dorgu, knocks the ball out of play. And it's going to be a throw into Tottenham Hotspur, about 10 yards inside the Manchester United half of the field, down the right-hand side. Pedro Porro just throws the ball there straight to Bentancur. And Spurs still have it with Matthias Tel. Tel down the right-hand side. Is he able to keep that ball in play? He does, just about. Tel pulls the ball back into the middle, but it's under pressure. Wasn't able to get the ball in that he wanted. Here's Garnacho now for Manchester United, who is challenged immediately by Bentancur. And the ball goes out of play, and it looks like it came off Garnacho last, so it's a throw into Spurs, midway inside the Manchester United half of the field, down the right-hand side. And it's Pedro Porro takes that quickly. Here's Lucas Bergvall. Bergvall plays it across there to Ben Davis. Back again to Davis. And here's Bentancur now. Son plays the ball forward to Jed Spence. He's trying to shield the ball away from Mazraoui. Good work by Jed Spence. Getting away from Mazraoui now. Inside the penalty area. Ball is played across. Matthias Tel with a chance. And he puts the ball wide. Well, that was an opportunity for the Dutchman. But his finish in the end was a poor one. Perhaps he wasn't expecting it. It came off Kulusevski last, so it took a deflection into his path, to be fair. Just didn't have time to divert that goalwards in the way that he wanted to. Came across to him very quickly, in all fairness. It's cleared downfield by Andre Onana. And now, finally, Manchester United get some possession inside the Spurs half of the field. And it's with Matthias de Ligt now, who gets the ball back in his own half. And here's Maguire. Maguire plays the ball long forward. Real chance for Manchester United. In now is Dalot with a chance. Good save by Guglielmo Vicario, but Dalot was in an offside position anyway. We'll just take a look at this again, and it looks like, yes, well, it's actually quite close, but I think he just times that, makes that run about half a second too early, and the finish there was not the best either. It was at Vicario, really, in fairness, a save that the Italian would expect to make. Ben Davis. Here's Maddison. Played forward to Son. Son tries to play the ball back to Maddison, but it's a good interception there now. And Casemiro for Manchester United to Fernandes, across to Xerxes. And it's cleared away finally in the end there by Kevin Danso. But Spurs just now on the back foot as Manchester United now trying to apply some pressure, really for the first time in quite some time in this game. Here's Bruno Fernandes. Good ball across. And it's Diogo Dalot. Dalot drops it back to Casemiro. Casemiro to Maguire. Maguire plays it short to Casemiro again. Good ball across there to Diogo Dalot. Is Mazraoui back to Casemiro. Fernandes gives the ball to Xerxes. Xerxes, good through ball. Chasing this one down. It's Garnacho. Great save again by Vicario, but Garnacho coming close again, and you have to put it down as another opportunity for the Argentinian. In the end, Vicario makes a save this time, and Manchester United continue streaming forward now. They've had a couple of opportunities now. Here's Bruno Fernandes to Joshua Zirkzee. And Fernandes again, back to Zirkzee. Zirkzee holds the ball up. And here is Harry Maguire coming into the attack. Matthijs de Ligt. Long ball over the top, super ball, but it's just over the head of Casemiro, and it goes out of place. We take a look at this chance for Garnacho one more time. Beautiful through ball. He had to get the shot away early. I don't think it was as clear cut as the chance he had in the first half. This time at least he got it on target, but in the end Vicario makes the save. He's just lacking perhaps a little bit of power in the finish from Garnacho. He tried to put away the rebound too, but no such luck. He's had a couple of chances, but he has gone 7 games without a goal for Manchester United. They so need him to come up with some goals at the moment. And here is Patrick Dorgu. Dorgu, he almost goes down under the pressure. He does well to stay on his feet. He gives the ball to Garnacho. He's got Porro in front of him. Garnacho cuts inside and plays the ball across here to Mazraoui, who slips, but it still manages to find Bruno Fernandes. And across now is Diogo Dalot trying to get into the penalty area. Good cross, and it's blocked, but eventually comes off Diogo Dalot, and the goal kick is given. Dalot thought it came off Jed Spence last. Let's take a look. No, seems to come off the Manchester United defender last there. So it is a goal kick. The official on the far side getting that decision correct. And the ball was cleared forward by Kevin Danso, blocked out by Alejandro Garnacho. The ball goes out of play for a throw-in to Tottenham Hotspur. Spurs leading by a goal to 0. We've had 57 minutes gone, and already Manchester United warming up some substitutes. I have no idea who they're going to bring on based on the list of their substitutes that they have on the bench today. I mean, if I'm looking at their ages, basically the substitutes bench should be at school. Here is that's Casemiro, just drops the ball back to Bruno Fernandes. It's a good ball over the top to Diogo Dalot. Dalot's got Jed Spence watching him now, swings it back to Bruno Fernandes, who whips the ball in. The headed clearance is only as far as Garnacho with a shot! Oh, super save! Oh, what a good save by Guglielmo Vicario. And it was Garnacho, you can see the frustration on the young man's face, but I think Garnacho did everything right there. He got the shot away. It was just a super save by Guglielmo Vicario. His reactions there to get down and make that save. Very, very smart indeed. But Manchester United coming into their own a bit now in this second half. Here is Mazraoui. Across to Bruno Fernandes. Dalot checks back. Drops back to Bruno again. Is he going to get the cross in, Bruno? He does. He's headed up into the air by Bergvall. Flicked on by Dorgu. And here is Garnacho now. Oh, he just overruns that. And it goes out of play for a goal kick. And once again, we take a look at this effort by Garnacho. It's a super save. It really was an absolutely superb save by Vicario. Just gets down well and makes a very, very good save. And the ball is cleared away there by Davis, but Manchester United win the ball back, and it's Bruno Fernandes again. Just midway inside the Spurs half of the field, he gives the ball to Casemiro. Oh, Casemiro's pass is poor, and now Spurs can break out. And it's Son Heung-min now, the captain for Spurs, and he was dispossessed. But Andre Onana comes out and just clears the ball to Bruno Fernandes. But well, Tottenham, that was a promising break for them, and the ball is long. And here is Patrick Dorgu. Dorgu tries to play the ball in. Oh, he was looking there for Rasmus Højlund, who was running in, but Rasmus was in an offside position, and it's going to be a free kick to Tottenham Hotspur. End-to-end stuff this game is. It looks like Patrick Dorgu may have just been standing in that offside position. And Kulusevski, Porro, Bentancur, Jed Spence over the halfway line now. And he gives the ball to Son Heung-min, corner of the penalty area, left-hand side. Lifted into the box by James Maddison, chested down by Matthias Tel, and he tried to get the shot away. He had more time than he realised there, but the finish was not the greatest by Matthias Tel. Got his first goal for Tottenham against Villa in the Cup. As we just see him chest this down. It's going to be a corner to Spurs anyway. Looks like deflected off the Manchester United defender. And right now this 1-goal lead looking tender at the moment, as Manchester United in the last 10 minutes or so have really sort of come into their own, but it's a corner to Tottenham. It's short to James Maddison. Maddison gets into the penalty area, tries to get the cross away. It's good block by Casemiro. Only as far as Son. Son gets a shot away, takes a deflection, and goes behind for another corner to Spurs. But that deflection was only just wide. It left Andre Onana rooted to the spot to see who the deflection came off. Yes, it looks like it was Matthijs de Ligt. And corner to be taken by Pedro Porro. And it's going to be outswung. And the heads go up in the air and headed out again, but only as far as Davis. It's now with Porro. Porro trying to bring the ball in low. Oh, it comes across to Tel again. Super block that time by Mazraoui. What a stop by Mazraoui, blocking that shot for Manchester United. And here is Jed Spence out on the far side to Matthias Tel. Tel cutting into the middle now. Just beats one. Gives the ball there to Son Heung-min. And here now is Porro to Kulusevski. Oh, great play, Kulusevski into the penalty area, but that's well played by Patrick Dorgu, just getting across and blocking that. And now Manchester United, can they come away with it? Rasmus Højlund is dispossessed by a fine challenge by James Maddison, and Spurs continue to camp out into the Manchester United half of the field. And the ball forward here to let's see who that was. I think that was Matthias Tel, but yes, it was Matthias Tel actually. And he was dispossessed, and there's a free kick now, but a foul by Casemiro. And Spurs are now looking at making two substitutions, as we're just going to see who's coming on. It's Pape Sarr who is coming on 63 minutes, and also Brennan Johnson, which is interesting, as James Maddison is coming off. He's one that's coming off. We'll just try to see who the other one is in a moment. But it's the goal scorer James Maddison who comes off. And we're just going to see who the other substitution, the other guy coming off is at the moment. James Maddison is off, and also Lucas Bergvall. This I am surprised at, because Lucas Bergvall has been one of Tottenham's best players. I don't know if he's picked up an injury or not, but that is very surprising. He has certainly been one of the better players for Tottenham, especially in the first half. So, well, Pape Sarr and Brennan Johnson are on for Lucas Bergvall and the goal scorer James Maddison. So interesting there. Here's Højlund now for Manchester United, and it's picked up by Casemiro. And now one back, and here's Kulusevski. Kulusevski storming forward, and it's out on this near side to Brennan Johnson. Johnson now on the right hand side tries to get the cross, and it's blocked by Matthijs de Ligt. And it's going to be a corner for Tottenham Hotspur. Perhaps Ange Postecoglou is looking for a bit more pace down that right hand side. Well, he's got it in Brennan Johnson. But the corner is now going to be taken. Going to be swung in from the right-hand side, and it's Kulishevsky who swings this one in. It's a header won by Maguire. Just goes all the way across to Brennan Johnson on the other side of the pitch. Brennan Johnson is fouled by Diogo Dalot surely, and that will be a free kick to Tottenham Hotspur. A couple of yards in from the touchline on the left-hand side, as Brennan Johnson makes his way towards the middle. And we're just going to see who is standing over this one. Tottenham have got Kulishevsky in there, Porro in there, Sarr in there, the substitute. Pape Sarr. And of course, Matthias Tell, who may make a late run, Ben Davies as well. I expect it's possibly Jed Spence standing over this. It's not. I just can't quite make out who that is on the far side. But I think it's going to be taken here. Well, it's a poor free kick anyway. It's flicked on by Kulishevsky, and it looks like it might have come off a Manchester United player, so that was a really poor free kick, but almost turned into something by Kulishevsky. And now the corner is going to be taken, and it's going to be Son Heung-min to take this corner. Going to swing the ball into the middle, and it breaks loose to Kulishevsky again. Kulishevsky, his ball into the box is poor, and it's cleared away as far as Jed Spence. Jed Spence launches the ball in the air back to Kulishevsky. Bruno Fernandes wins that battle and keeps possession. He drops it back to Casemiro. Casemiro plays the ball forward, and it's headed down by Ben Davies. Here is Jed Spence over to Son Heung-min. Son Heung-min, corner of the penalty area, left-hand side. Gives the ball there to Jed Spence. Good work by Spence, just tucking himself away from Casemiro. And it comes back to Pape Sarr. And now in the middle of the park is Bentancur. Back to Sarr again. Sarr now is about 35 yards out. He's got options left and right. He decides to go to Jed Spence. Spence just taking himself back to the touchline. And back to Bentancur. And here's Davies. Bentancur just turns away from Joshua Zirkzee. That was well played. Here's Son Heung-min, Bentancur. And Jed Spence. Just holding the ball up. Jed Spence here. He's about 35 yards out. He might try a shot, Jed Spence. He does, and it's right at Andre Onana. Comfortable save for Onana. And he just holds the ball up and releases it there to the number 4, Matthijs de Ligt. Gives it to Dorgu. Dorgu just plays the ball to Bruno Fernandes. Oh, it's a smart ball by Bruno Fernandes to Diogo Dalot. Dalot has got Rasmus Højlund running forward there. He picks up the ball, does the Danish international. Oh, it was poor play to Zirkzee, but Zirkzee left it. And now Spurs can catch Manchester United. It could be 4-on-4 if they hurry. Here's Brennan Johnson now for Tottenham Hotspur. Johnson gives the ball to Kulishevsky. Cuts inside Kulishevsky. Is he going to have time to get a shot away? He runs into trouble. Pape Sarr gives the ball to Son Heung-min now inside the penalty area. Son Heung-min gets a shot away, but that's a good block by Nusa Mazraoui. And it goes behind for a corner, and the 4-on-4 opportunity was on there for Spurs. I just think Kulishevsky ran into trouble a little bit there. But with 22 minutes to go here, it is Tottenham 1, Manchester United 0. And this has been quite a watch. In the last 5 minutes, Spurs really taking control of the game, 72% possession. And the corner is going to be swung in. Looks like it's going to be Son Heung-min again, plays it right under Onana's crossbar, just over the crossbar in fact. But Onana was struggling, and we've seen this from Onana before, when they've been swung in and scored from corners. Well, this time Onana watched it very carefully to make sure it had gone over the crossbar. And corner wasted, really. Here is Nusa Mazraoui. Slips, but he's able to clear the ball out. But it's a comfortable header won by Johnson to Jed Spence. Spence swings the ball into the middle. And here's Kulishevsky. Kulishevsky to Porro. Oh, Porro's late challenge there on Patrick Dorgu. And it's going to be a free kick. The official signal for the free kick immediately. And now the free kick is going to be taken by Bruno Fernandes. Corner of his own penalty area. Just releases the ball to Patrick Dorgu for Manchester United. 20 minutes to go. The ball played forward to Rasmus Højlund. Chasing this one back is Kevin Danso and makes a good challenge and gets the ball back through to Vicario. And here's Pape Sarr. Sarr just drops the ball back to Jed Spence under pressure from Xerxes and Bruno Fernandes. Oh, well played, Jed Spence. Just tries to get the ball away from those two, but it's a good challenge from Diogo Dalot. Gets across and makes the challenge. The ball forward there by Xerxes was just had a bit too much on it. It was a lot to chase down for Rasmus Højlund, and a fine challenge by Kevin Danso, the Austrian international. Here's Bruno Fernandes just outside the halfway line, plays the ball forward to Diogo Dalot, corner of the penalty area, right-hand side rather. And here is Mesraoui, gets the ball to Dalot. Dalot gets the cross in. Oh, it's headed out to the edge of the area. And Manchester United still looking for an equaliser here. It's Bruno Fernandes. Gets the ball out wide. And Mesraoui swings across into Xerxes! Oh, he just heads the ball wide. Oh, the opportunity was there. Vicario was beaten really for the first time in this game. The cross comes in and Xerxes just gets his header on the end of that, but he's only able to divert it wide. And, well, you can see Guglielmo Vicario was rooted to the spot. But that's another opportunity for Manchester United. Well, you have to say they've had about 3 or 4 opportunities in this game. Here is Casemiro, plays the ball forward to Garnacho in the penalty area. He goes down, nothing doing there. Here is Rasmus Højlund, cuts into the penalty area, shot by Højlund, but it's right at Guglielmo Vicario. And it's Spurs can now try to break forward to create some chances of their own. No substitutes for Manchester United as of yet. Not sure who they will bring on if they did want to go with any substitutions. In doing what Ruben Amorim has done today with the bench, he might have handcuffed himself a little bit. Here's Jed Spence. Ben Davies. Danso. And played forward by Porro. Kulishevsky dispossessed, and Manchester United can now come forward. Here's Patrick Dorgu. Good ball to Xerxes. Xerxes back heels it, finds Casemiro. Casemiro across to Diogo Dalot down the right-hand side. Corner of the penalty area. Dalot confronted by Spence and Son. Bruno Fernandes now swings the cross in as far as Alejandro Garnacho. Gets to the byline, tries to get the cross in, but it's blocked there by Brennan Johnson and goes behind for a corner ball to Manchester United. As we have 16 minutes left at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Spurs still a goal to the good right now. And it's Bruno Fernandes with the corner to be swung in. And it's Guglielmo Vicario just sort of pats the ball out but gets some distance on it. Bruno Fernandes picks up the ball, back to Dorgu. Dorgu swings across in. Oh, bringing it down well is Casemiro. And he goes down, no penalty. He should be booked for diving. He just went down there under no challenge whatsoever. Casemiro should be booked for diving. The referee takes no further action, but play goes on now. And it's the number 11, Joshua Xerxes for Manchester United. Tries to play the ball through to Højlund. And that's good defending between Danso and Ben Davies. And here's Pape Sarr. And it's Kulishevsky now for Tottenham Hotspur. And the ball is played long forward. And here is Brennan Johnson now chasing the ball in. Tries to get the ball in the middle. He successfully finds Son. Back to Pape Sarr with a shot. And coming down to the right-hand side and making the save comfortably is Andre Onana. And, well, just look at this. Son just plays the ball back to the edge of the area. Manchester United fell asleep defensively. There was 2 or 3 players as we take a look at this ridiculous dive by Casemiro. That's outrageous. It's just outrageous. I don't know why. Do these footballers have no confidence in their own ability? Here comes Garnacho. The ball goes out of play there off Bentancur. It's going to be a throw into Manchester United. And it's Archie Gray looks like he may be making an appearance now. Just trying to see who may be coming off for Archie Gray. We'll just keep our eye on that one. Here is Dorgu. Here is De Ligt. Fernandes. Garnacho. Garnacho cuts inside, always dispossessed this time by Pedro Porro. And Nusa Mazraoui is also dispossessed by Son Heung-min. And now Son Heung-min is away. He's got Matthias Tal and Brennan Johnson there at the moment. He's holding the ball up. He's waiting for more. He gives the ball to Pape Sarr. Just for a moment, it was a good break on there, really, by Manchester United. We have a comment in the comment section. We're going to read that out in just a moment. But here is Brennan Johnson. This game has been played at a very fast pace. Brennan Johnson goes back to Kevin Danso, who goes back to Vicario. As Luke says, we full well know it has nothing about confidence and ability. Well, sometimes I may well say that I would argue that it is in some respects. If they have to cheat and dive in order to win penalties, they're not confident in their own ability to get the job done as a skillful professional footballer. That would be my answer to that. Here's Rodrigo Bentancur. Bentancur is dispossessed in midfield. Picked up here by the number 21, Dejan Kulusevski. Down the right-hand side, Kulusevski tries to get the block away. Oh, that's good play by Patrick Dorgu there. Just first of all made the challenge. He was on his backside, so he just knocks the ball out of play rather than allowing Kulusevski to go into the penalty area. We've got a double substitution for Spurs. It's not just Archie Gray. Also coming on is Yves Bissouma. And we're just going to see who's coming off. Kevin Danso is coming off, which I am really surprised at, because it looks like that means they're going to play Gray again as a centre-back. I'm not sure whether that's such a good idea when Kevin Danso seems to be doing a pretty decent job there himself. The other guy coming off is Bentancur. So Kevin Danso is off, so is Rodrigo Bentancur, and on is Archie Gray and Yves Bissouma. And the corner is going to be taken by Pedro Porro. Outswung there to the edge of the area to Bissouma with a shot, but it's blocked. He gets his first touch as a substitute. Brennan Johnson inside the penalty area now, looking to turn. He goes down, nothing given. And the ball is attempted to be cleared away by Manchester United, but Dejan Kulusevski still has it. And here's a chance for Son Heung-min down the left. Back to Kulusevski with a shot. Good save by Onana. And cleared away. And right now, at the moment, Spurs trying to get a second goal, but Manchester United coming forward now with the number 17, Garnacho, played through from Danso to Rasmus Højlund, and he gets a shot away, and Spence makes a vital challenge there, and he puts it behind for a corner. So the breakout again, Jed Spence, really good play defensively there, just to give himself that little bit of extra, just to make sure he didn't give away the penalty. As we look again at that Kulusevski chance, not really enough power in my mind from Kulusevski to beat Onana. And it's a corner for Manchester United. It's swung in. Oh, it's right under the crossbar. Good save by Guglielmo Vicario. Just gets his fist to that. Matthias de Ligt swings across, and Casemiro with a header. It's cleared away there by Son Heung-min. And Manchester United now piling on the pressure. The cross is swung into the penalty area, but it's just away from Rasmus Højlund. And Manchester United, well, it may just be the final ball. It's hard to say. But right now, Manchester United just lacking that final ball into the box to create the opportunity for the forwards. But they have had their chances in this game, Manchester United. And, well, 10 minutes to go till the end of this game. And it's a free kick here to Manchester United. I suppose I'll have to be thinking about my player of the match shortly, I think. I have one or two names in mind. Here's Bruno Fernandes now for Manchester United. And as we take a look at the Tottenham Hotspur bench. Free kick by Bruno Fernandes is a poor one. It's headed away. Goes back to Casemiro, and Fernandes again will have another goal, which once again is another poor delivery. And now Matthias Tel. It's free on free if Spurs hurry. And the ball is given to Brennan Johnson. Johnson slips, but he's got help overlapping with Dejan Kulusevski. Kulusevski into the penalty area, swings the ball across, but there is nobody there. Only the Manchester United centre-back, Harry Maguire. Johnson is down, but it looks like he's picked up a head injury, so we're going to have a stoppage in play. Well, he slipped there, and it looks like, oh, he got a knee to the head there, did Brennan Johnson. That looked pretty painful, in fairness. Oh, that is a full weight of Dorgu's knee coming down on Brennan Johnson. Well, he's back on his feet, but that could not have felt good. And I think we're seeing why Bentancur might have been taken off. He's got an ice pack on his knee, and Spurs already have a critical number of injuries. And well, that is not what Spurs fans want to see, an ice pack on Rodrigo Bentancur's knee. But here is Xerxes now for Manchester United. Oh, this is a good break. Here is Bruno Fernandes across to Dorgu. Dorgu gets across into the back post, but it's disappointing. It goes over and out of play behind for a goal kick. But with 8 minutes left to go, Spurs still holding out with the 1-goal lead. But Manchester United, it's certainly been a much better second half for them. We've seen periods of play in the second half from Manchester United that look quite threatening. And it's going to be a goal kick for Manchester United. For Tottenham Hotspur. Cleared downfield. As I'm just going to give my player of the match, I think, to my producer. As here is Garnacho. Garnacho tries to get the cross in. Garnacho again, the cross in. Across to Xerxes, who tries to swing it on the volley, but completely misses it. And here's Jed Spence now moving forward. Spurs can break forward again now with Son Heung-min. Oh, he slips. And the ball is picked up by Harry Maguire. And it's going to be a... it's just going to go through to Andre Onana, who releases it back to Harry Maguire. Now, second half pass percentage, 51% to 49 for Manchester United. Here's Diogo Dalot. Dalot tries to get the cross in, but it's a really good block that time by Jed Spence, and it's going to be a corner for Tottenham Hotspur, a corner for Manchester United. Now, I'll give the man of the match announcement in about 5 minutes' time. And it's a corner for Manchester United now as they go searching for an equaliser. Archie Gray back there at centre-back. And it's swung in, headed, well, that's heading about there. And there's a chance maybe now for Casemiro as Spurs failed to clear it. Finally, it was cleared away by Brennan Johnson from inside his own 6-yard box. Manchester United now looking for an equaliser. Time is running out. They've 6 minutes to go. Here's Patrick Dorgu. Dorgu trying to get to the byline. Gets the cross in. It's headed out by Yves Bissouma. And now Spurs on the break. And it's Son Heung-min across there to, I think that's Jed Spence. as he's going to cut inside to the middle. And the pass played forward there to Kulishevsky, but it's a disappointing ball. Oh, that pass, if that would have gone through to Kulishevsky, would have been one-on-one. But it was comfortably intercepted by Maguire and given back to the goalkeeper. And now Manchester United trying to break forward. Xerxes is stopped in his tracks and the ball is cleared back by Yves Bissouma into the Manchester United half to Andre Onana. He releases the ball to De Ligt. Here's Maguire. Harry Maguire. 5 minutes to go here. And it's Dorgu. Gives the ball back to Maguire. De Ligt. De Ligt holds the ball up. Time is running out for Manchester United. They need to get a move on. They want to get anything from this game. Here's De Ligt. Drops the ball back into his own half of the field to the number 5, Harry Maguire. And, oh, that's a challenge from behind on Casemiro, who was receiving the ball. And now Spurs have it back. And it's played forward to Matthias Tal. Tal goes down under the challenge. And it's going to be a free kick for Tottenham. It's going to be a throw-in for Tottenham Hotspur. As we have the 5th and final Spurs substitution. And coming on is the number 28, Wilson Odebar, the former Burnley player, is coming on for Son Heung-min on 86 minutes. Son, well, it has to be said, he's been quite effective today, but he hasn't produced the kind of attacking flair that we know Son Heung-min can do. He goes off, and on is Wilson Odebar, the Frenchman. He is wearing number 28 for Tottenham Hotspur. That's all 5 substitutions. Manchester United, of course, they haven't made a single substitution. And, well, I think Ruben Amorim has kind of tied his hands on this because there is nobody there that they can bring on that may have a significant impact in this game. Here is... Oh, it's picked up by Pape Sarr. It's cleared away. And it's won in the end in the midfield there by Joshua Xerxes. Gives the ball to Casemiro, to Bruno. Bruno feeds it on to Diogo Dalot. Dalot to Xerxes. Xerxes is dispossessed there now. And now Spurs can come forward with Jed Spence. Great play by Spence. Goodness me, it's 4-on-3. And it's a poor ball by Spence. Looking for Wilson Odebar, but that was really poor. That was an opportunity for Spurs. They had the 4-on-3 odd man rush, and they just, well, it was a poor ball by Jed Spence, and in the end it was comfortably defended by Harry Maguire as he just watched that go out of play. Here's Matthias De Ligt. The next stoppage in play, we will give the man of the match, as sponsored by Commentary Services. The ball is played forward. It comes off Jed Spence, but Rasmus Højlund picks up the ball. Manchester United now can come forward. The ball is played by Diogo Dalot, back to Rasmus Højlund, and turned behind by Pape Sarr for a corner to Manchester United. We'll give the man of the match in just after this corner. I think it's just a bit difficult to give it right now because I want to give my reasons as to why I've given it to this individual. But the corner is going to be taken here on the right hand side, and it looks like it might be, I'm just trying to see who that is. It's Bruno Fernandes that swings that one in. The head is on by Casemiro into the grateful arms of Guglielmo Vicario. So today's man of the match, as sponsored by Commentary Services, goes to Tottenham's Lucas Bergvall. His performances throughout the game in midfield, winning the ball, has helped control the midfield. He's certainly had Casemiro and Fernandes pretty much in his pocket the whole game. And I was very surprised when Ange took him off. So today's player of the match, sponsored by Commentary Services, goes to Tottenham's number 15, Lucas Bergvall. And it's cleared away now downfield, just by the number 5 for Manchester United, Harry Maguire. But Spurs still coming forward with Wilson Odebar. Odebar is tackled by Maguire, but it breaks loose to Matthias Tal with the shot. And it's a comfortable save it's given away by Andre Onana. Well, that was very sloppy, and it was a challenge in the end, and it's going to be a yellow card. No question about that for Patrick Dorgu. No question on that. That was a really poor challenge, but it was a terrible giveaway by Andre Onana. He throws the ball out, and it went almost straight to. Let's just see who that was there. I think it was. Was it Kulusevski? No, it was Pedro Porro. But Dorgu goes into the referee's notebook for that, and we are going to see a Manchester United substitution now. Let's just see. Casemiro is the one coming off. And I'm just trying to see who that is who's come on, because I don't know any of these players. Casemiro is off, and coming on is Chido Obi Martin. Is coming on in stoppage time. We have 3 minutes of it to play, and Porro plays the ball across the 6-yard box. Hacked away that time by Nusa Mazraoui, only as far as Porro again, and it pulls back to Davis with a shot, takes a deflection and goes behind for a corner, as Tottenham still looking for a second goal. Well, let's see if they can get it. But coming off there was Casemiro. He's going to be the only substitute, I would say, for Manchester United in this game. It's a short corner, and trying to hold the ball up is Kulusevski. The ball is now out of play. Bruno Fernandes tries to throw it, but it's intercepted by Bissouma, and it takes Joshua Zirkzee to come back and win that ball back. And Manchester United now can try to build something to see if they can get themselves back into this game. And here's Zirkzee again in the centre of midfield, plays the ball long, looking for Patrick Dorgu, but it just goes straight through to the goalkeeper, as we have played 2 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this game, and with 1 minute left at least to play. You have to say Manchester United looking a little void of ideas at the moment. Cleared downfield by Vicario. Header won by Dorgu, but picked up by Pape Sarr. Pape Sarr tries to get Kulusevski off on his way. De Ligt is there though, and gives the ball back to Andre Onana, who clears the ball downfield, only finds a header of Pedro Porro, and coming through now is Matthias Tel, but coming to meet him there is Andre Onana, and Onana drops the ball and clears it quickly downfield, looking for Rasmus Højlund, but only finds a head of Archie Gray. And Pedro Porro now trying to break forward for Spurs. It comes off Patrick Dorgu, and it's going to be a throw-in for Tottenham Hotspur. We are inside the last few seconds of this game, and we are basically played the full stoppage time. Tottenham still holding on by 1-0, and well, it's going to be taken by Pedro Porro, and it looks like, short of a miracle here, that Tottenham Hotspur are going to come away with all 3 points. As here's Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes drops the ball back to Matthias de Ligt, and that is full time. So the 1 goal by James Maddison on 13 minutes is the difference. Tottenham Hotspur hold on to win by 1-0, and a little bit of pressure relieved off the back of Ange Postecoglou. For Manchester United, well, they may well have to answer some questions as they continue to struggle with some very poor performances. They've had some chances and periods in the second half today where they really looked good, but for the most part, you have to say Tottenham deserved their 1 goal win. Chances missed by Alejandro Garnacho, Joshua Zirkzee, Rasmus Højlund, all guilty of missing opportunities to have tied the game. But it's full time at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and it's Tottenham Hotspur 1, Manchester United 0. And just before we go off air tonight, we're going to go through all the Premier League scores of the weekend, including the ones from Friday night. So we'll start from Friday night. for you. Bit of a shock result at the Amex Stadium. Brighton and Hove Albion 3, Chelsea 0. On Saturday, there was some interesting scores on Saturday. Leicester City 0, Arsenal 2. Aston Villa 1, Ipswich Town 1. Fulham 2, Nottingham Forest 1. Manchester City 4, Newcastle United 0. Southampton 1, Bournemouth 3. West Ham 0, Brentford 1. Crystal Palace 1, Everton 2. And today's Premier League scores is Liverpool 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. And of course, what you've just listened to, Tottenham Hotspur 1, Manchester United 0. I want to thank my producer today, Luke, and also all you who have listened in today, all you have commented. We appreciate you spending your Sunday afternoon with us today. But it's Tottenham's day today at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's Tottenham Hotspur 1, Manchester United 0. Join us again soon for more live commentary action. Bye for now.